So,
Say something.
what?
Say something.
Go ahead. I just wanted to check my audio.
Yeah,
All right.
real quick, can I get a link to music?
Somebody help the man out.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Somebody
I
help
guess I'll
all
do
them
it.
out.
Who's running this show?
There you go.
Okay, well, there it is.
Okay.
Ah,
And with the start, I will be back. Don't wait for me.
Okay. So, where we all left off.
Literally just start.
Where we all left off, we started our story here in Dweomerheart, in the Fort Wallstrom, as our initial characters, which were Ezra and Virgil, began to make their way north to the Sink after completing a task for the Huntsman's Lodge. On the way there, they ran into the Moon Reaver brothers, Asher and Hyde, on the beach of Kynan's Lake, at which point they witnessed a rather bizarre boating accident in which a redhead was moving towards them at speed and crashed onto the beachhead, which prompted a series of strange visions in which it seemed as though our parties had a strange shared dream, like a waking dream almost. And upon waking, they realized that they had lost a couple hours, and they began to proceed towards the Sink. They were ambushed by some gobbies, which prompted them to stack some bodies. And where we last left off, the group had elected to kind of, instead of veer towards the Sink, which was their original destination, to track these goblins to find where they are so that they could eradicate them. So, as we start, we are going to begin as our group is headed towards the northeast, attempting to track some goblins.
I would just like to say, maybe don't kill me. based off my screen name here. Whoever's the jokester.
That was just a reminder for everybody because we kept forgetting the last 3 times we played. Justice has to be done.
Don't make me kill you with kindness.
And slow talking.
And slow talking, because I will do it.
So,
Okay. Game mode, game face.
as you guys are kind of moving through the kind of lush trees on the on this kind of like gravel road that you're on, one side to your left at this point, you do see the Sink, this kind of drowning city that's kind of being swallowed by the lake. And at this point, Hyde and Asher, who are the ones leading the trail, those speckles of blood that you were following from that goblin that you left are not so obvious now, when you get the sense that this is where they went off the path. So if you would like to pursue, I would like a survival check from one or both of you.
I can do it.
And why are we hunting these things?
I got a natural 19.
I'm just following.
Is your character asking that, or are you just asking that?
Oh yeah, my character will ask that, sure.
Well, there might be some loot. We might be able to profit off this if we can track their nest.
22.
Why not?
Just seems like unnecessary death.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not really sitting on a lot of coin right now.
Well, think
Mine was
about the
at 20
people that
total.
could get ambushed. We got ambushed, but we're adept fighters. What about common folk?
That is a good point.
Do the lives of the few outweigh the lives of the many?
Sometimes, yes, depends who they are.
Exactly.
Well, these are goblins.
Hey, I'm not opposed to killing some goblins.
At this point, Asher, as you're having that conversation, Hyde, you do notice a faint bit of crimson blood that's on one of the tree trunks. It does look like at this point, the goblin that you're chasing is actually moving on foot. And you do have a bit of a trail. You can kind of, with that check, you can kind of track these snapped twigs, and you can sense the direction that this goblin is moving, and it is moving northeast towards the carbon bluffs.
Does he seem to be moving slower? Like, is it severely wounded?
With that check, it's difficult to tell their pace.
Okay.
Because you don't actually have like footfalls to look at. It's
Yeah.
more just like evidence of something that has moved through here, and this
Okay.
goblin is still bleeding.
Okay.
Um,
I will signal everybody to follow me.
Okay.
And Asher, keep an eye out.
Okay.
Hey, do you want me to take point or scout ahead a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
A little quieter than
Yeah, then I
a group
am.
of us.
Okay. And at this point, with the heavy fog that is seems to perpetually sit alongside the coast here, there's light out. It's probably about at this point 4 or 5 p.m. But there's definitely not this really strong sunlight that is being covered right now. So for this, let's just get a marching order moving forward, and then if you guys want to adjust it, just let me know. So Asher's taking point.
Yep.
Presumably kind of scouting ahead away from the group, and then
I'll take
for the-
lead. Or I'll
Okay.
take point. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm bringing up the rear.
Okay.
I'll be behind. Not Asher. I'm sorry, Hyde.
Sure. Okay. So Ezra and Virgil in the middle.
Yeah, I'll go in the middle.
Okay. And for the group, why don't two of you give me a perception check? Asher, give me a separate perception check and a stealth check.
Does anyone want to handle the other perception?
Dar's not really paying attention.
I can
Oh.
do it.
Let me check out. Are you pretty good at perception?
Both are 25s.
I'm okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just okay too. So you can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
25.
Yeah.
220. Jesus Christ. Okay.
16
13.
total for me.
So, you all watch as Asher kind of takes that cloak that he had when you first met him, or when those of you on the hunt first saw him when you were doing battle with the Manticore. You see him kind of throw this cloak over himself and just kind of hunches over and begins moving through the tree line. And you swear the light under the trees almost completely goes out. It almost seems like this kid somehow just turned off the lights and is just now moving through the shadows. And after about a few seconds, you completely lose him. So Hyde, as you continue moving forward in the same direction, actually Asher, with those checks, after about 5 minutes or so, you notice that as you get to around the base of the carbon bluffs, which are kind of the large, dark, kind of soot-covered mountains in this area, there is this strange, almost man-made looking rectangular structure that's got kind of almost like a I mean, again, with that 25 perception check, yeah, I mean, you see what looks like almost a garage door that is covered in moss. It looks pretty well hidden and like it's been abandoned for a very, very long time. But
So it
you
looks
gather,
like naturally it's kind of
Yeah,
mossy,
yeah.
or is it okay?
and you see Hyde kind of moving around that area, so you can kind of lead him to that area and begin to move forward.
So I'll kind of just signal Hyde, like silently with like a hand gesture
Yeah.
or something, and just kind of like point to the structure.
I'm gonna have you signal to you guys to hold on for a second. Just stay put. And I'm gonna go up there and see if I can find us a way in.
Okay.
If there's any other kind of door or anything. Should I roll a stealth check for it?
For the purposes of this, why doesn't everyone roll a stealth check just for
Okay.
when they're moving
Cool.
forward? If
You want me to
trying be
re-roll?
stealthy. Sure. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yikes. 7.
I got an unnatural 20.
18.
Alright.
Soft 20.
Okay. Interesting. So, again, at this point, as you go up to this kind of overgrown garage door, there doesn't appear to be anything else. There's no seeming like structure that it goes into. It looks like this goes directly into the mountain.
Okay.
It's almost like a shed that looks like it is just completely abutting the cliff face here.
Okay.
And you can see, I will say, the door is kind of imperfect, where at the bottom it's not quite touching the ground.
So, yeah.
There's this faint bit of like artificial light that is
Okay.
coming from the bottom. It's dark, but there's a faint bit of artificial light.
Can I try to peek under there to see if I can see anything? If I see any feet on the other side? Or
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Double 4s. So 5, I think. Yeah.
As you try to peek down, there's just not enough room for you
Okay.
to get a good glance. But what you do see is what looks like kind of damp concrete and artificial light. And this does appear to be an area that's well traveled, like moving in and out of whatever this kind of garage-like structure is.
Okay.
Can I move in to where Hyde is?
I will say, Hyde, with your keen senses, it
Yeah.
smells pretty foul
Okay.
there, almost like sewage.
Alright, well, looks like there's not any easy way into this.
Can I look for like a panel or like a control module to open the garage door? Is there like a keypad or something?
As you kind of look around, sure enough, with your passive investigation, you pretty easily find this little panel next to the garage door. It has also been grown over. On a cursory glance, it looks like it's long been unpowered and no longer functional.
Okay. Looks like this panel's busted. They must have like a remote or something.
Must be. What are you feeling on this one? It's not gonna be a quiet entry.
Yeah, might be a smash and grab.
Yeah. What do you say? I open it, and you guys position yourself ready to hit anything that may come out. I don't see any other way around.
Okay. I'll go tell the others.
Okay. We have that mental communication link thing too.
Oh yeah, huh?
Wait. Were you guys talking to me?
Yeah. Well, not
We just
really.
communicated to you that We're gonna try
At
to.
this point, you
What?
watch as Ezra did not stay back, and she actually just walked up to the garage door as you guys were investigating your stuff, and she's just sitting there like looking at you.
I got the plan though.
You're
You guys should
down for a
probably tell
smash?
Virgil, though. Wait, no, he can hear us. Never mind.
Virgil. In my mind, Virgil.
Virgil, I'm gonna scream.
You hear the echoing voice of Ezra out in the woods. Some birds
What?
kind of begin to fly.
Do you not know about the element of surprise?
I mean, aren't we just gonna open it and fight them anyways?
Yeah, but now they know someone's over here.
You know, they're not gonna notice when someone's opening their door.
That's part of the surprise.
Someone opening the door?
Someone busts into your house. Surprise.
To
Just
answer your question,
Can I look
I
around? Is there
understand.
anything around us?
You make a perception check.
I was gonna say, are you guys openly bickering, or is this more like mental link?
I'm openly bickering.
Yeah.
yeah,
Unless you specify, everything's gonna be open.
God damn it.
11.
11. You look around. It's quiet. Honestly, there's not really much of a sign of anything here. You don't necessarily have any evidence that this is, in fact, a goblin encampment. This is just a strange structure that is in the side of the mountain that seemingly Hyde brought you to.
You could
The
just
garage
knock.
door itself is very, it's actually very, like, feeble looking, if I can say that. Like, it's very old, kind of rusted, and it looks like you could pretty easily just kind of, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, just at this point, I just tell everybody to just get back and just fucking get ready, and then I'll just open the thing up if I
As
can.
I'm getting back, I'm like, can we just knock? But, sorry.
Too late.
would
Yeah.
prefer to. Okay.
So Hyde, as you begin moving it, after but a bit, I mean, for you, it gives way pretty easily.
Okay.
So, I mean, are you, like, swinging it, like, are you just throwing it up, or are you just, like, slowly...
Kind of slowly opening it up.
So surprisingly, all that kind of overgrowth on it
hmm
strangely has kind of actually dampens the sound of this thing. You
Okay.
get the sense that all these vines and things are kind of getting wrapped up in the kind of the track of this garage door. So it's always
Uh-huh.
going to kind of be closed, but you can lift it up and people can move under it, and you can do it reasonably quietly.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll open it all the way up. Hopefully not getting stabbed in the stomach as I do it.
Sure.
Oh.
So as you do, everyone's moving in.
Yeah, I'll move.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm staying. I mean, is he holding it up for us to walk in? It'll close again
Yeah.
if he lets it go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, walking in.
Yeah, and I'll let it down slowly too. Don't want it to slam
Okay.
shut.
And then at this point, we'll just say Daru also follows. As you begin to move on, you find yourself in this long, dark hallway with just these flickering artificial lights above you. Does anybody
What?
here? I believe Ezra, you do not have dark vision. Is that right?
No, I don't have dark vision.
Okay.
Can't see anything right now.
So you're basically about to see about like 30 feet out, and once you get away from light sources, it's completely dark in here.
There's no. Okay. Could I? Hold on. Time to get a little magic key. Could I use light?
Yeah.
To really illuminate this place, if you will.
Okay. So what are you casting light on? It's usually an object.
The one person who doesn't have dark vision.
Light is like a flashlight.
Just
So
gonna
it's like
cast
it
it on you.
illuminates a thing, yeah.
Can
So
I
you
just
cast it on
illuminate
so-
her hand,
You could, yeah.
and then she could just use it as a flashlight?
I'll take it.
Iron Man style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll say you take probably one of your little vials, and then
I have
you'll be
little
like,
marbles for
there you go.
light specifically.
I mean, I was
so-
thinking specifically almost like Lady Galadriel from Lord of the Rings with like the fucking little bottle
Yeah.
of light.
Oh,
Well,
But-
hell
And
yeah.
it just says like Hakashima,
on it.
and then
Yeah,
light,
yeah,
no one
yeah.
understands what. They never explain that.
This is our brightest star. So, sure. So you cast light, and
Yes.
it is very concentrated in here. It almost kind of blinds everyone for a little bit as your eyes just adjusted to the darkness. But you can see down, and it does look like it's a bit of a cave.
As question, as a hunter, are there any smells I would recognize? Like if this was like a place that whatever was here transported, like dead deer or
Yeah,
like...
so I'll say, based on the fact that you speak Goblin, you smell goblin filth.
Okay. Well, I think we're
so
right there.
at this point, we can move to Astral.
Okay.
You know what that means, guys.
Means I can't.
Hey, it works for me now.
All right, got everyone in here?
I'm in there like swimwear. Spy Fox.
Okay. So as you begin moving your way down, you notice that there is this, almost like this river of, we're going to change the music here actually. There's almost this river of like, filth.
Fecal?
You get the sense probably a lot of it is.
Oh, that's just disgusting.
And as that kind of hits your nose, you see ahead of you this like poorly made wooden hut, and atop it is a sleeping goblin that is kind of snoring loudly. And he's got like this, like there's this rolling bottle of alcohol that seems to just be hitting one of the shingles on the roof as he's kind of just stirring in his sleep.
Mental message to Asher. Just looking right at him, just, you know what to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch Asher's shoulder, and I'm gonna say
Are you saying this out
good
loud?
luck. No, I'll just say it in my head. And I'm
Good
gonna
enough.
say or whatever, blah blah blah. Wait, I forgot what I was
Blah,
gonna
blah,
say.
blah.
But now you have assisted aim.
What
Oh.
does that mean?
She casted assisted aim, so you have a +1 to all ranged attacks, and all your range is doubled.
Yeah. And I actually get it
All
for
right.
3 more, so I'll
1200
cast
feet.
it on
Oh,
Asher, Virgil, I guess, and Daru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock an arrow, and I'm going to take my first attack on this sleeping goblin.
Roll with disadvantage because he's prone.
Oh, hey, Pierce.
Hello, I'm back.
We're about to kill some things, if you can imagine.
Never would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not an auto crit, but go ahead and roll damage.
$13.
Okay. Now go ahead and roll a d12 and a d4 and tell me what both the numbers are.
A 9 and a 1.
Okay. So you watch as you knock the arrow back to fire, The goblin is still kind of like stirring, and it just goes right into kind of right under the collarbone, and it just like grabs the arrow for a second and just starts choking a little bit and like tries to get up, and it now falls at the 9 o'clock direction. One square falls off the roof and clatters about 10 feet down onto the ground. And at this point, you hear this cacophony of chittering sounds.
Did he die?
He is dead.
I'd like to make my second attack on one of those rats.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Quit clicking
So,
Stop it.
so we've now
Ah!
entered initiative.
Okay.
So at this point, right when Asher kind of hears the chittering, looks down, you see these like little mounds of fur just kind of moving within this filth and these beady eyes,
Dude, that's a lot of rats.
almost glowing in the dark, as they're kind of starting to shudder away. Go ahead and take your second shot.
One of these days, stealth is going to work for us. I'm almost certain.
22 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I love the music.
10.
10. Okay.
Closest one, so I guess 4.
Okay, got it. So with that, Asher knocks a second arrow and fires. It just goes into this mound of shit, and that mound of shit just stops me. At this point, I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
We have not short or long rested. Uh-oh. This could get painful.
Like I've been here before. In
16.
past campaigns.
7.
23.
We're just calling him.
8.
8 as well.
Oh, I see you. I see you there, Pierce.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, you're slightly better. 7.
Oh. I lost sight of you.
Okay. And what was yours, Ezra?
7.
7.
Get out of.
Okay. So at this point, Asher, you just went. That was a surprise round. I'll say hide with your alert feat. You can't be surprised, so you can also move on this surprise round.
Okay.
So you get one free turn.
Okay, what am I looking at? You have to describe it to me. 'Cause
Asher, okay, so Asher just walked up kind of into the darkness, took aim at one goblin, and as you heard an arrow just boom, go off, and you heard it land, and you just watched him kind of go like, oh, no, as it was like falling off this roof. And right as it landed, you saw your brother just start, he's just firing arrows at this point.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the nearest target, I guess. What am I looking at for targets?
There's this river of shit, and there are 8 or so giant rats in them.
Is there anything big I can pick up, like a rock or something, to like chuck into the river of shit?
You look over, and there are large barrels that probably weigh about...
That'll work.
You don't know. Okay. Okay, so 15, 20, 25, 30. You can't quite make it to the barrels or the rats without dashing.
Okay. I think I'll just sit back then and wait, and I'll hold my action to rage.
Okay.
If anything hits me.
You could just rage now.
Okay,
Because that's a bonus action. Okay, what are you taking as your rage path?
Let's do claws.
Okay. So at this point, you watch as Hyde's fingers almost extend a little bit, and you watch as these almost like brown, spiny appendages literally pierce through his fingertips and actually flay his own skin open, leaving this almost bloody banana peel mess of where his fingers used to be, with these dark crimson stained claws where his hands were.
With those, it says when you take the attack action on your turn to make an attack with your claws, you make an additional attack using your claws. So is that a bonus action, or is that
no?
And then I get a bonus too.
It's almost like a hasted action. Basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, with that, Hyde, that's your go. Top of the round, Asher.
Okay. Well, I'd like to.
You actually sound like Asher.
Is there
As a note, Hyde, when you ran over there, you did see on the high ground, there's this almost like fallen down wooden bridge.
Yeah.
And as you look at the high ground, you do notice there are some goblins that are stirring up there. You see right now about 2.
Okay. On my next turn, I'll probably try to climb my way up there and rip some things to pieces.
Okay. All right. Asher, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Okay. You have Zephyr Strike up?
Yeah. I'm gonna use my movement. Am I able to get to that light on the wall?
This torch over here?
Yeah.
You'd have to use your Zephyr Strike movement buff to get there.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, you can get there.
Can I snuff it out?
Yeah, I'll say that would be an action to do so.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. As a note, Ezra is a source of light right now. So you snuff out that light. So you watch as Ather just kind of like runs through the shadows and kind of wraps this cloak in his arm and jumps up, and there's this like burning torch, and runs up and just snuffs it out. So you're still illuminated by the light coming off of Ezra right now. But that's your action and your movement and bonus action. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
That's going to bring us to these giant rats. This one is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 into your melee hide. This one's going to dash towards you. This one's also going to dash towards you. So Hyde, you're pretty quickly surrounded.
Okay. I was holding my action to
Go ahead and
attack.
make your attacks.
Okay, cool. So I get 3 of them, correct?
You only hit him once.
Oh yeah, that's right, because bonus action. Yeah, I already used that. Okay. So let's see. So the first one is 23 for the first one.
Okay.
And a 10 for the second one.
Wait, you don't get 2 attacks.
I thought it gives me 2 actions. Or 2 attack actions.
No, not with like a held action.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's okay. So the 23 hits.
Yeah. So damage is D6. Okay. 6 points of damage.
Okay. So you watch as one of these rats comes up and goes out and bites towards Hyde's neck, drawing blood. I rolled an 18 for 4 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2. At which point Hyde just almost rips it completely in half. It's still barely alive, but rips it off of his neck and throws it to the ground. It's still barely moving. Okay, that was your reaction. The other 2 rolled a 10 and a 12, which I assume that's you.
The 12 hits.
Oh, the 12 hits. Okay. That's another 4 points of piercing damage.
Half to 2.
Half to 2. Okay, at this point, you see across the way, there's a pretty obviously drunk goblin that is kind of beginning to blink awake. And he's going to jump off and dive into the feces. And use his whole action to move. He's going to mount this rat and use his reaction to get it to move. So this goblin is now mounting this rat, and he is coming towards you. And you watch as he pulls out this little bottle, and pulls out a lighter and is beginning to light it. That is going to bring us to the other rats. They're all going to maul Hyde.
Okay.
No.
One of them is going to be able to hit you this round. The other 2 have to dash.
Okay.
Advantage. That's a natural 1 and a natural 2.
Okay, almost.
So Hyde is literally like covered in rats that are all just biting at him, and they're not able to seemingly break through his tough skin for now.
Is he just in a ball of rats? I can't even see him on the. On
He's pretty much in a ball of rats right now.
Yes.
At this point, you watch as there are goblins that are running through this high ground area here. Let me see. Asher, Ezra, and Virgil. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
You got it, man.
14.
10.
21.
Okay. You watch as these little flaming bottles are thrown, one at Asher and one in the vicinity of Ezra and Virgil. Ezra, you kind of back up out of the way, but as it crashes, this almost napalm-like effect. This is basically like a Molotov. Fire kind of explodes in that area. Ezra, you avoid all damage. Virgil, you take 3 points of fire damage. And for Asher, you watch as it's thrown, where it lands, Asher's completely gone, and you actually don't see where he went. That's going to bring us to this goblin here, who is going to take what looks like a small crossbow and take a shot at Hyde. And he's actually going to hit one of the rats. So in this ball of rats, you just watch as this loose bolt just kind of flies in, and you just hear this rat screech. That's all he can do for now. And over here, you hear this almost extremely loud chanting that seems to almost come from multiple directions, as this goblin dressed in these wooden charms, kind of hair all mangled to one side, holding this small little stick, begins chanting in Goblin and is going to cast Bless on herself,
Oh my god.
the Goblin boss, and these two goblins here. She's casting the second spell.
Oh, there's so many.
Dude, this
That
is
brings
a
us
hive.
to Virgil.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Come on,
Not much.
pessimist.
I'm not much of a fighter, guys. I'd like to cast. I can't see Asher.
You can see Asher.
Okay. I'd like to cast second level Bless on all my companions.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Everybody is blessed. So you are concentrating. That's your action.
And then
Anything
my
with your
bonus-
movement or bonus.
Well,
action.
then bonus action, I like to cast Sanctuary on myself. First level.
Can't cast a 2-leveled spells on the same turn. So you
I
can't-
don't know
you
how many
cannot-
times I gotta learn that lesson.
Yeah, you cannot. I was almost going to actually make a little post-it that is perma stuck to the top of our.
I
screen
would
that
love
says exactly that. I'm
I
not
would love
kidding. I
that.
almost did it. I was so close. So you
You
cannot
should've.
cast. You basically can never cast 2 spells in the same turn. The only exception is if you're casting one of them as a cantrip.
Gotcha. Okay, then I just like to go. All I got is my movement, so I will back the heck up out of the swarm a little bit.
Sure.
And
So Daru, you watch as Virgil casts a spell. You feel a little bit more confident, and then he just kind of slowly backs away.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
That's it.
All right.
Can I? Is the help action a full action? It's not a bonus action.
That's a full action.
Gotcha. Okay, we're done.
Okay. That
Gosh
brings
darn
us to
mages, swear to
Daru and Ezra. You guys can choose when you go. You can mix and match, go at the same time.
You can go first, Darn.
Okay. I look at Ezra very hesitantly, and then step forward with my 10 health.
As a note, Daru, I don't know if you were here for this, but Ezra casted assisted aim on you.
Oh.
So you have a +1 to all ranged attacks, and your short and long range are double.
And you're blessed.
And you're blessed.
Interesting. Okay, so it's just my attack is my okay. So
Just add a +1 and a D4.
only
Whatever
to
you do.
ranged attacks, though, right?
Only to ranged attacks, but the D4 is for everything.
Well, that's a shame. I take a moment to steel myself and then run up to the giant rat number 5. And as I'm running, the amulet on my wrist flashes green, and I lunge forward and stab an invisible rapier into him.
Okay.
I'm casting Green Flame Blade.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Oof. Wow. A 12 to hit?
12 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, okay.
It is a giant rat. So, as a note, go ahead and roll for your damage.
So giant rat number 5 takes 7 points of psychic damage,
Okay.
and seemingly illusory flames jump from him to giant rat number 6, and number 6 takes 4 points of fire damage.
So you watch as
Damn.
Haru comes up with this invisible blade and just like thrusts forward. There's no obvious impact, but one of the mounds of shit that's attacking Hyde right now just screeches and slumps over. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, a rat right next to it just bursts into flames. Probably unrelated. Ezra, your go.
Bonus action, I disengage
Oh.
and come and hide back behind Bird.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay. You actually do have cover, so go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Wow, my rolls, man. 7.
As a note, as you go to hide, you see that Ezra is there just kind of like looking at her hand. That is this beaming beacon of light. And you just kind of like look over at her, like, fuck, frustrated. Ezra, what are you doing?
I'm staring at my hand. I'm like, how do I make this go away? And I'm looking at Virgil. Off. Off.
Can I? It's at will, so can I turn it off?
Is it concentration?
No.
Well, I'll say because you don't know, it's on for now.
It's not concentration. I just said.
I know, but if it was, then you could drop it. But
You can't drop it.
you have to
Oh.
dismiss it as an action.
Oh, okay. So you have
So-
1 hour.
Your hand, yeah. At this point, it's more like 59 minutes.
Yeah, you're.
I'm gonna look at the rat. Any of the rats that have been hit,
Yeah, a couple of them have.
a couple of them, and I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on them. So I need a
You can only do
saving
one.
throw.
But,
That's fine.
okay. So you watch as the one that Hyde previously clawed at looks like it was trying to get up to take another swipe at Hyde. At which point you just watch as it just starts shaking and its little rat head just pops. Like a little bit of like bloody rat popcorn.
Ooh.
And there's like a little Among Us femur that's coming right out of it. And it just like drops to the ground, unmoving.
And then I'm gonna move back a little bit. And I'm kind of gonna hope for the best.
Okay.
I can't move my character, but yeah. Wait. Sorry. Okay, I got it.
Okay. With that, you watch as at the bottom of the round, you watch as this strange creature approaches that looks like a man with a rat head that is now, it's running on all fours and begins now running on 2 legs. As he does, he brandishes what looks like a little baton on one hand and makes a screeching sound moving towards Asher.
Ooh.
It would have been his movement and action to dash. That's all he can do. Top of the round is Asher.
Gross. So I'm going to shoot at this weird rat thing.
Okay.
And well, first I'm gonna Hunter's Mark it.
Good choice. So you cast Hunter's Mark.
It's 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That hits.
Good. And Hunter's Mark is a 6, right? A
Yep.
D6. So a total of 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. As this rat man is running towards you, you watch as Asher knocks a bow, fires it. It lands dead in the chest. It does not phase this individual whatsoever. He watches, he just immediately grabs it and rips it out of his hide. And there appears to be like a small little wound there. And you can see it, Asher, just slowly begins to fuse together before your very eyes.
Cool. Are there shadows anywhere?
Not as you're lit by Ezra's hand right now.
I'm
How bright is her fucking hand?
It's
So if
pretty
you
bright.
look at the map, it's casting like a beacon in this direction. You'd have to get into the ship or up on the roof potentially.
Or just wait one more turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just sit here, I guess, for right now.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Drunky. Drunky is going to move with his rat mount. And he is going to throw... He's not going to do that, actually. He's going to pull out what looks like a small... This is actually a very nice crossbow that this one pulls out. And he's going to try to fire at Hyde through all the other rats. That's pretty good. That's a natural 16. You take 5 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
halved to 2.
Yep.
As it's basically a hand crossbow, but for the purposes of this, it's like a heavy crossbow. He just kind of like mounts it. He actually mounts it on the rat's head and just fires. And there's this dart that just flies through and just gets Hyde right in the leg. Hyde, you look down, you look up, and you see this little fucking goblin as it just looks up at you, and then goblins go.
Okay.
So that's going to bring us to the giant rats are all going to have a go at you. Jesus Christ. A 9, a 20,
That's a miss.
a natural
hit.
20,
Oh, geez.
and a 16.
That hits too. This could get bad.
Uh-oh.
Don't go
Healer.
down.
So I should actually do these one at a time. So the
Yep.
first one is 4 points of damage, half to 2.
Okay.
Ooh, the natural 20. 10 points of damage, half to
Half
5.
to 5. Oh shit! If the next one does 1 damage, I'm down,
The next one hits you for 6 points of piercing
Damn.
damage.
and I'm down.
You watch as Hyde slowly falls underneath this mound of rats, looking a little grim. That's going to bring us to Hyde.
Okay.
I
will
need you to
try
make
and
a
my
death
save
saving
throw.
throw.
All right.
Session 2.
12. That's
Okay.
1 success.
That's
All
one
right.
success.
It's all right. I have sadly a lot of backup characters.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have a backup brother, though.
That is
Yeah.
going to bring us to the shaman here. She is going
Shaman.
to. She is going to.
We had the money and our health.
Fuck.
We decided to come on in here.
She's gonna try to get a better position here. She's gonna move. Gonna move down here in this little crevice. Virgil, Daru, and Ezra.
Yes.
All of you are up.
Oh, I'll go first.
cool.
If that's cool with everyone.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to turn off the light.
Thank God.
Okay.
I
your
just
action?
simply say, I'm sorry.
Hyde's dead. In the time it took you to say that, he bled out.
But the light is off.
The light is off.
The
What's
light is
that
off.
do for me?
It means that it's really easy to hide, but you're still seen right now.
Okay.
The were-rat's still coming toward you.
Now, if I did this correctly, I can use a bonus action spell.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to use my last second level spell of the day, Healing Word. I'd like to twin spell that to hide. And who's looking pretty hurt right now?
No one else is taking damage.
And Daru,
Okay.
or
Okay.
otherwise known as what's your other name that we call you?
Aruthal.
Saul.
Saul.
So,
Saul. Thaal. Saul. Okay, go ahead and roll
Saul.
your healing. Roll a
Okay.
d4 and add your.
2d4 plus 5.
Well, it'd be 1, and then it goes to both of them.
Well, it says 2d4. Okay.
Oh, that's at a second level. Are you casting
Yeah,
it at a
that's-
second level?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't want to cause trouble.
No, you're not causing trouble, but I think that might cost more sorcery points too to twin spell that.
It's just one sorcery. It's one slot.
It's
one second level slot.
equal to the spell's level. So it'll be 2 sorcery points and a second level spell slot.
Oh, I just saw a slot open, so I used it. But okay.
So
That's fine.
okay. So roll
s-
2d4 plus whatever.
So
and then
everyone
just tell me
gets
what it is.
Hyde and Saul gets 12 points of healing.
nice.
Okay.
Ooh, that's big.
Alright, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Big dick healing.
I gotta read all these
Daru
spells though,
and
'cause I don't know how
Ezra,
this shit
you're
works.
up. Yeah, we need
I'm
to
gonna
get
go
your
first
grasp
if you
for-
don't do anything.
Okay, I go first.
Yeah. Filled with magical healing rejuvenation.
I'm gonna push you
5,
out
10, 15. Oh shit. 5, 10, 15,
Go
20,
for it.
25, 30. I can't quite get to somebody.
Daru, do you have dark vision?
I'm a human.
Daru also does not have dark vision.
Oh, is
So-
it like dark
Pushed him into the
from the
darkness.
rats over?
As the
I'll turn
light
on the
goes
light.
down, both
Oh.
Ezra and Daru, you guys are in almost complete darkness right now. You can see basic shapes, but anything you do is going to be at disadvantage.
don't
Definitely
know.
sending some mixed signals right now.
Asher,
Yeah.
put out the light over here, and you guys turned off the light on Ezra's hand.
Okay, so we are in complete darkness
You're in
now.
almost complete darkness right now.
I'm already throw my hands up and just go.
Okay. And you said these giant rats look like piles of shit?
Yes.
Okay. Background music got loud.
Light them on fire.
Piles of shit rats aren't too important, so I'm going to go next to Virgil. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, it's doubled. And throw a psychic blade at the were-rat that I briefly saw running out of the shadows.
Okay.
D4 plus 1. 10 to hit. 11, 12, 13, 14 to hit.
14 to hit. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
Thank God.
7 points of psychic damage, and then very quickly I just underhand another one right at him.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean there, Alex. 2 spells. Okay. Ah,
A 13 to hit.
13 hits.
becoming a wizard here.
Man, I'm gonna
Ezra,
stop
you're on
using
deck.
astral. 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so you watch as Asher, as all the lights go out, Daru runs forward and just blindly starts like throwing his hands around, and you watch as you see these almost like strange impacts on its body, and it actually gets staggered and seems to react in pain at whatever it is Daru's doing. Okay. That is when it brings to Ezra.
Okay, I'm gonna fish through my bag, and I'm gonna take out a marble again, and then I'm gonna cast light.
Okay. You cast light on the
And
marble.
I'm gonna try to throw the marble into the middle of the rat pile, right up here.
So we turn
Okay.
the light on again.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna that's all I'm gonna do. Actually. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. So Ezra, go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
Okay. Oh boy. That's I rolled a 2 minus 1. So it's a 1.
Oh,
Not a
Okay.
natural one.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Roll 2d6 and tell me both numbers.
1 and a 2.
Okay. So you kind of throw the marble, and you actually don't realize the ceiling of this place is actually a lot closer than you thought. And as you throw it up, it kind of hits the ceiling, bounces off this, and begins to roll down this way, and stops right about here. At which point, it actually illuminates this river of fecal matter, and you get the sense that if you threw it to where you were going to, it would have gone directly into that river of shit and done nothing.
Oh.
So this kind of worked out. So there is now light coming
Meant
from
to
this
do that.
area here.
Okay.
So that's your action. That's going to bring us to Dweomerheart. 5, 10. It's going to go right up to Asher and swing its baton at you. It's a natural one.
That misses.
So
Sure enough, does.
you watch as it swings the baton. It actually, Asher, you just kind of duck, and it goes past you and into the wall, and some fucking how hits this perfect spot where there's a crack in the wall, and that baton is now kind of stuck in there, and he can't seem to get it out. Frustratingly, he's now going to let that go, and he's going to attempt to bite you. And that is a 20 to hit.
Damn.
Oh, that hits.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You turned into a fucking were-rat.
3 points of piercing damage.
15.
Okay. It bites you, and you push it off. All right, that's its turn. That's going to bring us to top of the round, Asher.
Remember, everyone is blessed.
Okay, I'm just gonna like get the fuck out of here. And because of Zephyr's strike, it can't opportunity attack me. Can I get onto this roof?
This here?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Natty.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually going to say you can do it without sacrificing any movement. In fact, you watch as it seems there's almost this gust of wind just moves Asher out of the space of this creature as it attempts to take another strike. And there's this almost jet of air that seems to like halo grav push him up a little bit. And he actually jumps almost like over the shed and just kind of lands on it. It kind of cracks under his feet and he has to kind of catch himself for a second, but you are now up there on high ground.
Nice.
I would like to take almost a kneeling position for my next shot
Sure.
I am going to turn my attention to the shaman now and take a shot at it.
Okay. Yeah, you have line of sight.
26.
That hits.
Ooh, and that's max damage at 12.
Okay. She is pretty hurt, and Bless is down. So you watch as Asher does that. He actually knocks the arrow while he's in the air, and before he lands, lets one loose. And you hear this female goblin just screech and now begin wailing in pain. At which point, these goblins here look at you, Asher, furiously. I rolled attacks for all of the rats on hide. I got the highest one was a 14, and the second highest was an 11.
Okay.
Does the 11 hit?
No.
You suffer 1 point of piercing damage from the. No, I'm sorry, 3. Oh wait, but that's why it's 1. That's why it's 1 because it's halved to 1 because you round down, so it's 1.
Okay.
As the rats are still all just biting and tearing at hide.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to Drunky.
Actually, that wouldn't be halved because I fell unconscious, right?
Does rage drop when you're unconscious?
Yeah.
So you take 3 points of piercing damage, actually.
Right. Yeah, it's not
Thank
like
you.
It's not like Shane, where it's
I
just
did not know that.
unlimited.
Okay, good to know. That's going to bring us to Drunky is going to actually throw another Molotov at you, Asher. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$16.
16. You avoid it, but the trajectory that he threw it at, and I rolled for this, it lands kind of near you, and slowly that hut is now beginning to catch on fire. Not a problem yet, but this hut is now on fire.
Cool.
That is going to bring us to let me see. Hide.
See. Okay, cool. So I will action rage, get my claws ready again, and just start ripping at these rats.
Okay.
Just get right back to business.
Right back to business.
So I go unconscious, pop back up, see these rats, and just fucking start tearing into them. 15 for the first one.
That hits.
And 13 for the second one.
Also hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Okay.
Wow.
Wait.
It's a D6 for each, plus 5 for each.
But separate. But they're on different targets, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, it doesn't matter. Their hit points are so low that if you cut that in half, it would kill them over. So
I was gonna say 9 on one and 10 on the other.
let me ask you this: how do you want to kill 2 of these rats right now?
I want to wake up and skewer all the way through one with my claws, and reach through and grab the other one with the same arm and just fucking rip it in half.
Okay. So you watch as Hyde reaches through this rat, taking its spine out the back of it with it. At which point, one is on his neck, biting him in the face. He claws that one, pulls it off of his face, but takes a chunk of his face off with it, and just slowly crushes it. Okay.
Brutal.
So we'll say, Hyde, you decimate 2 of those rats. Okay, that's going to bring us to our shaman. She's going to move up here. Asher, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, soft 20.
Okay. So Asher, as you're kind of looking around this shed on fire, you feel your body begin to freeze up, and you feel as though you're not able to move, and you
Oh, what?
begin to shake it off and just kind of regain control of your body. You just feel strange and off, like your arms feel numb, and you look over and you see this goblin over there, just like she's got what looks like this dead rat in her hand that she's just whispering to right now, seemingly trying to cast a spell on.
Oh, shit.
Gross.
That brings us to Virgil, Daru, and Ezra.
I'm gonna try to go first.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go over to Daru, and I'm gonna almost like grab his face and force him to look at me. My eyes are gonna be completely black, and I'm gonna cast a warding bond on him.
Okay.
And then
My
I'm
eyes
just
are
gonna-
purple, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Ezra,
Got pretty
you watch. So actually, Daru, you watch as Ezra runs up to you, grabs your face, and actually like almost headbutts you, and forces you to stare into her eyes. This is really weird. Especially more so as you watch as her eyes become yours. As you are now looking at Ezra's face with your purple eyes. And Ezra, you are now looking into Daru's face with your completely black over eyes.
That's cool.
So that is your action.
And then I'm just gonna back away, and I'm gonna try to hide behind the rocks over here.
Okay. Hiding's an action, but you back away.
Okay, yeah, I'll just back away, and that's all I'm gonna do.
Daru and Virgil, you guys are both up.
I would like to straighten myself up, very tall. After seeing Hyde do his thing with the two rats, I like to slowly walk away, a couple steps back, lean over, and just puke out of that disgusting.
I love how big people puke.
Just like, while I do that, I'd like to cast Sanctuary on Asher.
Tell you what, before you do, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Ooh, this is cool music to do it to. Wisdom, huh? 8.
8.
Oh, let the beat drop, bro.
So, you are actually, with that failed wisdom save,
Oh!
you are going to use your movement to get as close as you can to the first 2 enemies you can see.
What?
And you're going to use your action to go Scourge.
Okay.
So you watch as Virgil, he pukes, and then as he does, you see this burning radiance coming out of his eyes. And in his back, there's 2 jets of this burning light that actually burns through his shirt. And as he walks over towards these 2 rats here, I need to make sure I get this right. You can still use your bonus action because you just had to use your action movement. So you want to cast Sanctuary on who?
I want to cast Sanctuary on Asher.
On Asher.
And becoming the Scourge is my action, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's
Does it
shedding.
take a-
So you're shedding bright light in a 10-foot radius,
Yes.
and these 2 rats here now begin to take radiant damage for being close to you. One of them dies.
What the
Virgil
fuck is that?
looks at this rat
Ryan,
die,
Rat, anybody?
and a weirdly wide smile comes across Virgil's face.
And strangely, all of you in your head hear this female voice that is commanding, that just says, you almost hear this sigh, and she just says, that's more like it. And with that, you watch as his hand shoots out, and there's this like faint aura that briefly kind of comes out of Asher's chest and then fades. And Asher, you just feel like something is kind of watching over you. Okay. Good failed wisdom save. That's going to bring us to our goblin boss, who's going to rush.
I would like to.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Oh, by the way, Daru,
is-
you now have resistance to all damage, a +1 to your AC and saving throws.
Shit, you guys got some powerful.
Is he
ass
still
spells.
blessed?
You got bank, Ezra.
He
'Cause
is
I don't
blessed.
think I haven't taken damage. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, would becoming the Scourge damage me?
Nope. Doesn't damage you.
Okay.
Okay. Hyde is right next to the giant rat number 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Irrelevant. I'm just going to run straight towards Were Rat
Mm-hmm.
and try to skirt under his guard, facing the wall, and bonus action shove him into the wall.
Okay. Is that a
So
strength save?
Strength 14, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 19. Whew. So as you watch as Daru kind of slides on his knees and just holds out like this open palm, and there's this thudding sound. And you watch as the rat's fur is like blown back, and he's actually moved back about 5 feet, but he digs into the ground and just moves right back into his space defiantly, resisting the effect.
Oh god, oh god. Shoot, I kind of fucked myself there. I'll just make an attack with the dagger.
Okay.
Dude, I have not rolled over a 10.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Change them dice up, buddy.
If it makes you feel better, I'm totally happy having you just roll dice. I don't need to see your rolls.
Wow.
So,
8 to hit.
yeah. So Daru, with that, you swing your invisible dagger, and he actually catches your hand, and is now just viciously chomping at you, and you're having to kind of push him away. You'll watch as like this rat man is now just chomping at Daru, who's kind of avoiding the strikes for now, but he's getting completely harried by this thing, which is going to bring us to Goblin Boss. He's going to take a shot with a huge fucking crossbow. This looks like basically like a harpoon gun for him. You actually watch as one of the goblins hands it to him, and he kind of holds it over and like that, and he's going to take a shot at you, Asher. I need to make a wisdom save. Sorry, give me one. Okay, so what's your DC? Fuck, -1. Virgil, what's the DC of your spells?
I don't know.
You
I
got-
know how to.
You got
What's your
spells.
charisma modifier?
+5.
So the DC is 13. Right? No, it's
I'll
wait,
take
it's
your word
15.
on it.
Should be 15.
Fuck.
If you go to your spells tab, Ricky,
Uh-huh.
and then scroll up to the top, it should say your modifiers and your save DC.
I rolled
15.
a natural 15 -1.
Oh.
So with that, you watch as the goblin just kind of aims at Asher and can't bring himself to fire.
On a child.
And he's instead going to aim at Daru. He's gonna aim at you, Daru.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
So you watch as he's aiming at Asher and can't do it, and he just wildly, as he tries to fire at Asher, he kind of goes somewhat in your direction, and this bolt just kind of zips past you about 15 feet away and just scatters across the ground. And Hyde and Goblin Rooster just go back. Shit. And that's going to bring us to these gobbies. They're going to throw fire at Asher and just get that. The hut's already on fire.
They're not gonna wisdom save.
They are going to wisdom save.
Okay.
One of them succeeds, the other one fails. I need you to make one dexterity save, and Virgil, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
15.
15? Okay.
Let's see here. 21.
Oh.
So you duck out of the way and you avoid the attacks. At this point, I'm going to start to make some saving throws for this hut. Okay, the hut's doing okay, but it's starting to get pretty smoky after.
Cool.
That's their go. They're going to try to start mobbing you at this point. They're going to move down.
Mobbing me?
Yeah, and then Drunky needs to go. He is actually going to go. The giant rat and Drunky are going to go for hide, actually, because he was the one that clawed open those other rats. Ooh. 11 is one, which misses,
That's a
but the
miss.
other one's a 21
Holy shit. Okay.
for 5 points of damage.
Have to 2 or 3.
Have to 2.
Okay.
So you watch as it takes this wild swing with what looks like this baton, and it hits you, but doesn't quite make an impact. It actually just is continuously hitting you with this thing,
Crack me in the head
yeah,
like oh,
cursing at you and Goblin. But as you are looking at it, this rat reaches out and just bites you in the thigh, and it takes a good chunk of it off. That is going to bring us to now Mr. Were-Rat. He's going to take a swing at Daru. 14 to hit.
That is just my AC.
+1.
Oh yeah, it hits still.
Okay. So 13. So 13 would hit you too.
If I have a +1 to my AC, then my AC is 13.
Oh shit.
Okay. Just a 13. Okay. So both strikes hit you. He's gonna swing at you with a baton. Fuck. That is 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Is
he's
that
going to
halved?
bite you. Oh, it is halved. So it's halved. So my understanding is you both take 2.
Yeah, I take 2. Yeah.
And then he's going to bite you another 5 points of piercing damage, so half to 2. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Daru.
Oh no. 10.
10.
Wait, I got a D4. I got a D4 to this.
Oh yeah, blessed.
11.
God.
Mine-
11.
mine too.
You're over 10 at least.
Oh, does Ezra bless you as well in some capacity?
You get a
Oh.
+1 for your saving throws too.
All like, add them up, bro.
Yes.
12.
Was it 12? All right.
Keep stacking
okay.
them.
No
them ones.
seeming effect.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's going to bring us to top of the round, Asher.
Okay. Are there shadows somewhere? I gotta take a minute.
Yeah, I mean, if you get on one or the other side of the hut, yeah.
Well, the hut's burning down.
The hut's burning down, yeah.
Is there like
On this side of it, these would be shadows. Like, because the flame is coming from here.
in this area over here too?
This one here, south of you. Directly south of you.
Okay, I'd like to drop down there,
Okay.
and then I'd like to use the hide action.
Okay. Asher's going to hide. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Natural 20, so 26.
Okay. You feel like you're pretty decently hidden. Okay. That is going to bring us to this last rat. It's now that one is on hide, it's going to turn its gaze towards Virgil. That is a natural 20.
Well, that'll do it.
You suffer. Oh fuck.
That'll do it.
Fuck. As it leaps at you, Virgil, the radiance coming off of your form actually burns it to ashes.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Oh, sick.
No.
And so
That's
it can attack even on their turns if they get in range. I don't
Yeah,
want
if
to
they move
wreck
within.
you.
Yeah, I think they move into it.
Like
Wait, what happened?
if they stay in that range. on their turn?
Usually it's whenever they start their turn. That's when it happens.
Okay.
So
That's sick.
that's what we're gonna go with for now. But I need to read on your thing. So yes. So the fuck. I forgot about that. So the rat actually leaps at you, and there's just like this faint gust of like this shitty wind that goes past you, as it is just ashes.
Virgil stands up and is basically like, "Come at me, bro." Arms
Yeah.
stretched wide, like.
Yeah, Virgil right now actually, it's odd. He's so gentle usually that you fail to sometimes realize his imposing form, as he's like around 6'2" and pretty well built. He's now standing straight up, towering over these goblins like some kind of deity that is there to eradicate them. Okay, that's going to bring us to Hyde.
All right. What do I got left on me? Is there another rat?
There is a rat that is being ridden by a goblin that is right now battering you away with a baton that's not doing any damage.
Okay,
telling you to fuck yourself.
I'm gonna attack the goblin with
Okay.
2 strikes and just try to like slash him to pieces. That's gonna miss, but I have blessed. Hold on. 13.
13 misses.
Okay.
As you strike, you hit him,
Yeah.
but you actually realize that he's now he like a cat just kind of clawed onto your arm, and you're now waving around this goblin that's just attached to your arm.
All right.
And Hyde glitched out on us, so we'll get back to you, Hyde. For now, the shaman is going to search for Asher.
So 24 points of damage.
Oh, he's
Alright.
Sorry, 10 points of damage. Yeah. I was like, wait, why'd it go quiet? I look up like,
What did you hit? What did you hit for?
So 10 points of damage.
What was the hit?
It was 24.
That hits. 10 points of damage?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, well, for the second time, do you want to describe this, or do you want me to?
Go for it.
Okay,
You
with
gotta
that,
have an idea of what I like to-
as it is just kind of like stuck on your arm, Hyde, you just kind of grab it by its neck and kind of claw it at the other side of its neck, and actually just slowly pull its head off, like you're kind of opening, like you're peeling a banana, actually.
Mhm.
The second time that you did that, right?
Sounds about right.
Okay, so you
I just
peel this
stare into
goblin's
his eyes.
Yeah. And once again, as he's just going, fuck you, as you start peeling his head back, you're like, oh, wait, and you just pop it. So that goblin is off the map. All right. That's going to bring us to the shaman. The shaman is going to... She saw you move. She's going to whip around this corner and try to perceive you. And she is not able to because of your stupid stuff that you have. Even though you should be able to be seen. So those of you right now, you watch as Ashley just kind of dips behind this shed, and there's not really anywhere to go, but you watch as this little goblin lady kind of goes back there and for some reason cannot see Ashley.
Nice.
With that, she's gonna take cover. And she is going to take the hide action. So that's not great. I'll say everyone except for Virgil knows pretty much where she is. As she's hiding right next to you, Asher.
Okay.
That is going to be to Virgil, Daru, Ezra. Triple threat.
You guys mind if I go?
Go for it.
Virgil.
So as I
like
know,
to-
Virgil, you at this point you hear and feel the overpowering presence of your mistress in your mind right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh God. All right, Virgil is gonna move to where his AOE is gonna do the most damage. So probably between.
It's
giant
10.
rat.
It's 10 feet, so you could get all of them actually.
Let's do it. I'm gonna get in that position if you don't mind moving me.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to use twin spell Chill Touch. Exactly.
Okay.
That's gonna happen.
Okay. We got the
And
soundboard going. How are you doing on sorcery points at this point? Are you keeping track of them?
I don't have. I do have 2 sorcery points left. I don't have any slots. I'd have to burn them for a slot.
Got it. So this is going to cost 1 sorcery point. Go ahead and roll 2 rolls.
I thought Chill Touch is a cantrip.
It still costs 1 point.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so I burn those 2, obviously, and then.
Well, it would only cost 1 point. It counts as like a first level spell. So
I thought from the chart I need 2 sorcery points for a first level spell.
No.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, to burn it for the spell slot. But I'm talking about for twinning a cantrip, it's 1 sorcery point.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm with you.
Okay, so is that what you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna twin spell Chill Touch.
Roll 2 attacks.
Okay. Do you know who I'm attacking?
Nope, but roll 2 attacks and then tell me.
Okay. 14
on
the Goblin Boss.
Okay.
And 23 if I can see the Shaman.
You were the only one that she actually did hide from.
Okay, so then we're just gonna twin spell that to.
Sorry, what's your passive perception? What's your perception bonus?
+2. So passive perception is 12.
You do see her. You do see her.
Okay, so we're gonna twin spell that to Shaman.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll roll for damage, but can I use my bonus action to toss Daru my last hemostat potion?
Sure, I'll allow you to do that as a bonus action. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Okay. I rolled a 15.
Okay. So, Daru, you watch as this, basically a hypodermic needle, is kind of scattered to the ground at your feet, as
Virgil has an amused expression as he looks at you.
Yeah, and as that happens, the final rat is burned to a crisp.
Let me roll my damage too.
Goblin 3 is burned. Goblin 3 is pretty hurt. Goblin Boss is also burned.
And then we're going to add another 2 points of damage to Goblin Boss and Shaman.
You missed the Goblin Boss, actually. So so you watch as Virgil, as you take this light and almost like meld it in your hands to form this beautiful crystal of like pure white light. You kind of split your hands and 2 of these little projectiles fire away. One of them hits the shaman, curving almost impossibly. The Goblin Boss holds up his hand, and once again, he's got one of those little, it's called a wrist guard, one of those like Iron Man-like gloves, and it just lets out this kind of little wave of force at you, and the projectile kind of just goes wide. But Goblin Shaman does take damage. She's hurt. Okay. Daru and Ezra.
You can go, Ezra.
I'm gonna step out from where I am and look at Virgil and move as close as I can, and I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on the Were-Rat. Still need a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 12.
That is a fail, so he's gonna take 6 points of damage.
Okay, that's necrotic.
Yeah, necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna admire how happy Virgil is doing whatever he's doing right now.
Okay. You watch as this were-rat, Daru, is like snapping at you. You watch as you actually feel this liquid against your face, and it kind of like starts screeching, and you watch as its teeth are actually beginning to fall out. And it is off of you for now, opening you up. What are you doing, Daru?
Yeah, I'm going to use that opportunity to go for the throat. make an attack against him.
I'm sorry, DM.
Yes.
So you're saying, just to clarify, any at-will spells take a spell slot?
No. If you're doing sorcery point shit on any spell, if it's a cantrip, it counts as a first level spell.
Okay, we may need to clarify that later, but we'll...
Let me just put it this way. Meta magic is never free. Okay?
Oh, if I'm doing like a twin spell.
That's what it was, yeah.
Okay, I got you,
That's why
bro.
it costs you 1 sorcery point.
Bro, I understand now. Okay, thank you.
Daru,
But
what's
you
your
don't burn a spell slot.
21
Exactly.
to hit.
hits?
7 points of psychic damage.
Okay. He's really, really fucking hurt.
Right. Okay. So I slash at his throat, and like very faintly, a giant needle apparates in my hand, and I pierce up under his jaw. And then with the other hand, I'm going to go to the side of the head, or attempt to.
Fucking crochet.
You also have a
20.
healing potion, just for the record.
20 to hit?
20 to hit. Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
5 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Do you add your modifier?
Yeah. It's the second one's a D4 damage dice.
Jeez. Tell you what. You tell me how you want to do this so that I know how to describe combat for Daru in the future.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it yet. At this point, I'm in a 1-to-1 battle with this beast that just bit me. So I'm practically punching the side of his head. I just like punch him in the side of the throat and the side of the head.
Okay.
But
So for the first time since you've met him, Daru is actually making physical contact with this wererat that just bit him. So he is basically like hammer fisting and punching this thing. But you do watch as he strikes these blows that do connect, the wererat actually begins to bleed on the opposite side of the impact. And you watch as, with the second strike, there's this just blowout on that side of his skull, and it just collapses unceremoniously, not moving. At which point, his body begins to like shift and change and just rapidly move around, kind of kicking up all this dust. And at that point, you see what looks like a about 30s or so year old half-orc.
halfling?
Half-orc.
Oh. I cock my head at that and then go over and can I free action pick up the hemostat?
I'll say be a bonus action to pick it up.
Okay. Then I just go.
Or
stand
you could,
up.
I'll tell you what, you could use your movement to do that. Because you didn't
Okay.
use much movement, so I'll say like half your movement, you can pick it up. So yeah, you go over and you pick up the hemostat. All right, that brings us to the wererat. He's dead. Goblin boss is going to run over here to get in between you, Virgil, and Goblin 3.
Does he get burned?
He does at the start of his turn. He is going to take his swipes at you as he now pulls out these 2 daggers.
Okay.
The first one is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
The second one is a 15 to hit.
That hits too.
The first one is 6 points of piercing damage.
That'll do it.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
The second is 4 points. I need 2 con saves, actually.
Okay, the first one is something incredibly high.
Sure.
22. And the other one is not that. 8.
8. Blesses down.
Ooh.
That's the goblin's go. And then this goblin here is he's going to shout an order at the other goblin.
Did he take his damage?
The other goblin burns.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you see is this goblin boss just yells out this command. Seemingly, Daru, you would get the sense that he's yelling at them all to converge onto Virgil. And he actually like takes the other one and yanks him over and like literally thrusts him into Virgil, at which point it just burns off everything. He's just holding now this like little piece of cloth that he just hisses, throws it down. Goblin boss is gonna move back. He's gonna back the fuck up.
Virgil is like hissing, but almost in ecstasy, like like that.
Best nut of your young life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can also take a swing at Goblin boss as he breaks.
I do have a quarterstaff. I can swing that
Okay,
one.
you want to swing?
Yeah. Let's see. 17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Um,
Let me roll my dabblage.
So you watch as this goblin is like holding that piece of cloth up. He actually like closes his eyes because Virgil is so bright, and as he opens them, all he sees is the blunt edge of a quarterstaff just knock him to the ground.
There's two. There's a 1d6 and 1d8 right below it. I'm not sure which one I'm
It's a
using.
D6.
Okay, so it's gonna be 6 total. 5 plus 1.
Okay, he's looking hurt actually at this point.
I smacked him, and then I laughed.
Well, yeah, with that, he's actually going to move this way instead, and he's going to make another call. Hyde, essentially what this goblin is yelling repeatedly is, die for me! So that's going to bring us to... Ezra, you already went, right? Sorry, this is like a long answer. Yeah.
Daru.
Yeah, you did. That brings the top of the round, Asher.
Question.
Yes.
With my abilities, can I move and not be seen?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to move, see those like pile of rocks to the east?
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of hide over there.
Okay, make another spell check for me. And as a note, as you do so, kind of down this area over here, you see a figure walking towards you.
From where?
From the south. Like
Okay.
way down that corridor, you begin to see a figure walking towards you.
Okay, so my stealth was 17.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my attack action to throw a knife at the goblin shaman as I like kind of
Okay.
move faster.
Okay. And roll your attack. And Hyde, you're going to be on deck here.
24.
24 hits.
And then I don't have a dagger.
It's a D4.
Okay. That's 3 plus 4, 7.
7 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. Daru, you hear this splat sound, and Ezra and Hyde would see this too. You guys watch as this shaman is almost like thrown a little bit to the other side of this shed here, and there is one of Asher's throwing knives in her eye.
Damn.
At this point, that's going to bring us to this gobby here.
Well, can I
Acrobatics
move
check.
my hunter's mark to the goblin boss?
Yes. That brings us to this goblin is going to run down here. And Hyde, you hear him yell in Goblin, kill me! And he's going to pull out Rambo style 2 of these end crossbows that to him are like heavy crossbows.
Yeah.
And he's going to take 2 shots. He's going to be at disadvantage because it's so heavy.
Okay.
One towards you, Hyde, and one towards you, Virgil.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Actually 15 for you, Virgil.
That hits.
15 for you. Hyde.
Hits.
Badass little gobby.
Yeah, right?
You
Rambo,
take
that too.
you take 2 points of damage, Hyde, already
Okay.
reduced.
Okay.
Virgil, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
I'm up.
Virgil is looking pretty bad, and
I
he
am
takes
too.
the blood and starts licking it
Nice. I like it.
Ew.
and getting pumped about it.
Weird.
Then you puke. You're like. Okay, so I'm up.
Yeah, you're up. You watch as this goblin just shot you, and you watch as it shoots Virgil, and Virgil, he gets shot in the chest. Virgil actually grabs the bolt and
Yeah.
yanks it out of his chest, making the wound like much worse.
Okay.
You're like, oh, you're supposed to leave those.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Virgil right now doesn't really seem to care.
All right. He's in rage mode too. Okay. So I want to run over to the goblin that went Rambo,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna skewer through him with my claws
Okay.
and lift him up to my head. Once I do, let me see. Hold on. That's a natty. Yeah, he's fucked. Should I even roll damage?
Now,
So I run over to him, skewer through him, lift him up to my head, and in goblin say, "Scream for me."
Oh
And
my
fucking-
God.
you guys
And,
don't know.
And Alex, I think it's about that time. You said there was a half orc that just showed up.
You don't see him.
Oh, I don't see him.
No. He's way off in the distance for you. You do not see him. As a note, Hyde, you suffer 4 points of radiant damage
4 points.
for getting close to Virgil.
Uh-oh.
Emotionally and
Yeah,
physically.
that's definitely that time. Because that would have put me down. So I'm going to bonus action shift.
Which one are you doing? Are
Let
you
me
going
see.
full
Do I have to-
or are you doing the
Um,
beast hide?
Let me see. Hold on.
What is happening?
You should know, Ricky.
I will.
I should?
I'll just do a basic shift then.
Okay.
Because that'll give me an extra 5 hit points, so I won't die.
Yeah.
Or I won't fall unconscious
Sure.
again.
So sure. So at this point, you watch as Hyde strides through Virgil's area of effect, radiant burning, and as you watch the skin on the side of his face begin to burn away, instead of like flecking off like the goblins, you watch as it reveals this tan, leathery, almost reptilian-like skin on that one side of his face. And Hyde's voice almost drops down an octave as he is now gutturally menacing, I can't say that word.
Menacingly.
Thank you. Just speaking goblin to this little goblin as he's holding it in his hand. At this point, the goblin just sort of like closes its eyes, like not even acknowledging the pain, just like trying as fast as he can to die so he doesn't have to live this fucking nightmare.
That's horrible.
All right, that's pretty horrible. And you watch as Hyde's body is now almost, his skin is replaced with this like reptilian, scaly, leathery hide. And with that one's down. That's going to bring us to Virgil, Daru, Ezra.
I can knock my turn out if you guys want.
Oh, nice.
Somebody go.
Okay.
Virgil.
I'd like to walk up pretty up close and personal to the goblin boss and just use chilling touch on him, but actually like to try to poke him in the forehead.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I'm not gonna do anything this turn. I'm just gonna look at Virgil and I'm just gonna be like, sister, look.
That's a natty. And so, yeah.
You're a
Well,
terrifying.
roll your damage.
Okay.
It's mathematically possible for you to not kill him.
Okay. I got a 4.
Okay, he does not live. So
Can I
how do you want to
decide?
kill this goblin boss?
I'd like to walk to him with my arms outstretched like I'm gonna give him a hug. And then as I get closer to him, I'd like to just gently poke him on the forehead and say, whisper to him, "I see you." I just poke him.
So terrifying.
Right? We are some scary motherfuckers.
So
You're an angel of death.
you watch as Virgil just moves over to this goblin boss, and you actually all hear him say that, almost sourceless, just in this almost deeper, more commanding, celestial voice. And as he does, you watch as he just pokes this goblin. And at this point, the goblin is just like looking up in wonder at this elevated being. And as Virgil like pokes him, he just like kind of flecks away. It's a little bit beautiful and a little bit peaceful.
Yeah, and his voice gets a little deep. Like he's
Yeah.
not like so tired. He's like, I see you, and then pokes him. Like it's not so drawn out.
Yeah,
Death beam.
yeah. So this goblin boss is Control Alt deleted, and for now, that's actually going to take us out of initiative.
Mentally, I'd like to say, guys, fight might not be over. Possible bogey down this hallway.
Bogey.
Yeah.
At this point, Asher, you are approached by this half-orc. He seems to be dressed in huntsman leathers.
Can he see me?
He does actually not see you right now.
Okay.
In one hand, you see him carrying what looks like this fat, like, chunk of meat. Doesn't appear to have any weapons on him. He's just kind of walking over in your direction.
I'd like to remain hidden.
Okay.
I'd like to take this time to clean off the shit from myself, from my jacket, and walk up to Ezra and say, "Hey, can I have my eyes back now? These are kind of weird."
You don't like those? They
I
protect
mean, it's not
you.
that I can't even see them, but like they're weird on you, and I don't know. I like purple.
I like purple too. Why do you think I want them? I'm not giving
okay.
them back.
Black eyes, it is. And I clean you up a little bit, and
Thank
then
you.
walk.
Ezra, how long does that spell last?
An hour.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's so
Until
weird.
dispelled.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, Asher, you watch as this individual kind of like moves forward, and goes to like step over this kind of this rocky like base over here. And as soon as he sees people there, he kind of like ducks down a little bit and just kind of like takes a moment to himself. And with that, he kind of drops the stake and moves past you. And now the rest of you see this half-orc individual. He's wearing a jacket of the Huntsman's Lodge, and he just comes out and just goes, "Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing here?"
We took a little detour.
What is the status of Virgil?
The status of Virgil.
I don't know.
It's at about now that light kind of fades. And as it does, all of you hear this like faint, deep yet kind of commanding feminine celestial voice just give this sigh. And actually all of you would hear this, and it just says, "See, sometimes my way is the right way." At which point you hear this snapping sound as this half-orc is looking at you, Daru, as you're kind of trying to take stock of all these voices in your head.
Yeah.
Been a crazy day. He's like, "Excuse me, what are you guys doing here?"
Well, I think we were just hunting some rats, really. That one's not quite a rat. I point at the were-rat.
He goes, yeah, but
Friend of
that's
yours?
why yeah, I wouldn't say that. I'm actually with the guild.
That's when I pop out from
just a
behind the
note.
corner. With the
Sorry, just a note.
Prove it.
My shift only lasted for a minute, and those were only temporary hit points. So after that transformation drops, I guess I just dropped to 0.
Actually, as a note, the way it works is the temporary hit points happened before you would have taken the damage. So you didn't lose the damage to your health. You lost it from your temporary hit points.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, good.
But Hyde is fucked up.
Yeah.
Virgil is also very, very fucked up looking, as it were. He's also in like a weird position, almost like he's not to be, weak or nothing, but he looks like he's about to cry.
Not to be weak or nothing.
So at this point, he just kind of looks around and just goes, "Okay, well, Asher, you said you popped out and he yelled, prove it."
Yeah, with an arrow knocked.
Okay. He goes, "Whoa, hey there, little fella." Okay. Well, who here's in charge? Who here's in charge?
I'm gonna look
Now
at
that would
Hyde.
be,
I look at
Guess that would
Hyde.
be me.
as I say, that would be me.
Okay.
I look at
He
Dar.
goes. He looks at you, Dar, and he goes, "Okay, I can see you're a reasonable guy. Clearly well educated. Maybe you and I can talk, and maybe your little brother can put that away
Yeah.
for now."
More like a cousin.
Sure. What do you say, cuz? Could be civil?
Yeah, but I'm quick with the draw, so no funny business.
Hey, nothing funny about me. So, are you here on guild business, or is this sort of? And he looks back at Asher, still seemingly like confused by how young this kid is, or is this more extracurricular?
Well, see, we're on guild business for something else, another task, and like my friend Ezra here said, we're just deciding to take a detour. I didn't realize somebody from the guild was already here taking care of this business.
His eyes kind of narrow, and he says, "You don't look like a guild member."
Fresh, in fact. This is just my first hunt.
All right, make a deception check for me, please.
13.
13. Okay. He kind of like slowly nods and goes, "Interesting. It's odd that they'd send another group." And you said they didn't send you here.
No, we were actually going further east for some bears.
Bears. Well, I hate to break it to you, but this is kind of what do you call it? Got here first. We're assigned here, me and my crew. Good work, kind of cleaning up the ass end. We just snuck past these guys, but
So we did the work for you.
Hope you don't mind us collecting a few things from these toys.
with that, he just kind of go make a persuasion check.
16.
16.
Yep.
With that, he kind of looks at all of you and looks at the kid, and he says, "Sure. How about this? You guys did all the heavy lifting here. Maybe you guys can take whatever's on those bodies. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Anything else in this area? Maybe we'll just call that me and my parties, as this is our hunt, and we still need to pay our goddamn guild dues." So
Fair enough.
But
Happy hunting.
yeah, appreciate you taking the way out, and now I guess we'll have a safe exit. So strong work. And Asher gives you like a little finger gun, and he goes like,
So awkward.
and with that, he's gonna kind of just like walk over kind of back to where he came from. He's just gonna kind of watch you guys and just wait.
I'm gonna walk over to Virgil. He's still just looking like he's about to cry.
During the conversation, he managed to compose himself, and he's standing now. Yeah, but he's very, very tired looking and sad.
I haven't seen power like yours before. What are you exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
I am just cursed. Hide.
Anything we need to worry about?
I do not think so at the moment. I apologize if I hurt anyone.
Ezra, sister says to you, she likes cursed.
Who was she?
Clear, and Virgil seems like he wants to be secretive, but everyone's linked to his mind. He's got to own up to it. Her name is Rizel.
Interesting. Who is she?
She is my nightmare. She is my haunted vision.
With that, the half-orc kind of peeks around the shed and just goes, "Yeah, we talking nightmares and haunted vision. I get it. I really do. But listen, this is still an active hunting ground. So if I could have you all
We'll
sort of
get going.
vacate."
Yeah. So I want to. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just
you're
wanted
good.
to go pick up the crossbows. Those seem like the most useful item I can pull off these guys.
Yeah, hi. Give me a hand crossbow.
I'd like 2 people to make investigation checks.
I'm just going for the crossbows. Do you guys want me to make one, or are you looking for something deeper?
I'll investigate.
Okay.
I will also investigate.
Okay.
For the fuck of it.
For the fuck.
First 2 numbers.
6.
All right. So somebody 10.
High
Okay.
rollers.
Okay. Dar is just biting his tongue.
As I investigate, go ahead, Dar.
I was gonna say he's actually, while you guys search, as soon as the half-orc starts to talk, he just claps his hands, says, "Cecil, give me a seat," and the amulet on his chest lifts and drops, and I just fall back and catch myself on nothing.
That's pretty
All
fun.
right, so you watch as Daru is sitting. I imagine like little cross-legged, kind of like lounging.
Yeah, I cast Unseen Servant, and I'm sitting on my servant.
I love it.
That's
Love
fucking
it.
cool.
Yeah. That is a power move.
Yeah.
Never find
As
good luck these
Virgil
days.
investigates, he'll kneel down to some goblins and say, "As everything has a beginning, so too must it have an end. I am sorry." And he'll say that over some bodies.
So,
Not to dampen the mood. Someone says something funny.
That was good. That's cool.
Asher,
I really like Virgil.
Asher,
Yeah.
as you were kind of
Yeah.
looking over that were-rat, it does have an armored coat that would be the equivalent of leather armor.
I'm a jacket.
What's that?
I'm a jacket.
Your jacket?
I'm in a jacket.
Oh, you're gonna
Run
jack the
that
jacket.
He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it.
I'm ganking that shit, yeah.
I'm describing a jacket, and he says jacket. So
Run that shit, homie.
Okay.
I'd also like to retrieve the throwing knife from the eye of the.
As you look at the jacket, on the inside of the lapel, there's a tag that just says Bren, like handwritten, and under it says Huntsman.
Oh, I'm gonna be discreet about that.
About taking the jacket?
No, about noticing. I don't want anyone else to notice the tag.
You take, okay.
And then I
Alright.
want to get my throwing knife out of that eye and any arrows I can find.
Okay.
Also, I don't know how many arrows I started with, but I've been keeping track of how many I've shot.
I've also have been helping you collect your arrows.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll say that you would be, given the chaos of the fight, we'll say that you're down about 3.
Okay, what was my total?
You started with 20.
Okay, so I have 17.
So with that, who else was investigating? Was it just
Me
Just
and
me
Virgil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Virgil.
Virgil? You would also see, if you wanted to, there's a whole second level of this area that some of the goblins came from. Although you don't know if you would outstay your welcome by searching in that area or what. So
I keep my opinion about the second area to myself. I don't.
Okay. All right. So at
Was
this
I
point,
was I able to collect any crossbows?
yeah, you would get 2
And
hand crossbows.
2 of them? Okay, cool.
There's a couple other ones, but they're damaged and not really worth anything.
Okay, I was gonna say, see if I got that fancy looking one.
Yeah, no, you would have gotten. They're both pretty fancy looking, actually. And
Okay,
again, both of them.
Yeah.
These are weapons from the Huntsman's Lodge.
Okay.
Are they cursed?
Yes.
Just kidding. Throwback. Are they?
Ooh.
It's your old character's soul in there.
Oh my god. It's all full.
You made a wish, man. That was your wish.
All right. So at this point, the half-orc is just looking over all of you, kind of expectantly.
Yeah, we'll just take off.
I'll just say into his head, all right, enough with the mean looks. We're going.
And with that, he just goes, "That's a neat trick. You'll do well in the lodge. And if it's all the same, maybe don't tell the lodge that you helped us out with this, and just kind of keep it between us."
Yeah, right. You're not supposed to be here. Got it.
Well, no, I'm just no. I'm just saying, this sort of thing happens, and it kind of makes us look bad if someone's coming in doing a piece of the lifting for us. If you're going to be future members, you help us, we help you, that sort of thing.
I'm walking away at this point.
What's your name?
Call me Griff.
Griff?
Griff.
Griff. Nice to meet you, Griff.
Likewise.
Virgil bows to Griff.
Sorry, I pointed an arrow at you.
Hey, no problem, young man. You do good work.
I'm gonna walk away.
All
I
right.
too will walk away.
And he's just going to kind of give you a wave and just kind of watch you leave.
In my head, I'm just gonna say, that's a little weird.
Yeah, something's not right here. But
What do you mean? He seemed nice enough.
the weapons I picked up, they look like they're from the lodge. Do you guys find anything else odd like that?
Let's talk outside.
We're talking in our heads. No one else can hear us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Presumably you guys are walking outside.
Yeah.
I specifically
Yep.
would like to speak into Hyde's mind without. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, this jacket I found on the Were Rat, it's from the lodge. It's a huntsman jacket.
Yeah, something's not right about that place.
Virgil says to all party members, these crossbows were taken, or perhaps given.
You think these guys are running weapons?
Like black market sales, kind of, possibly.
Virgil recalls his time in the sink and says, it's been known to happen.
Maybe they
So
just
what's-
found them?
Yeah, I mean, they could have killed one of
Oh,
those people.
When we get back to the lodge, we can inquire about any missing hunters that may have dropped them.
We
Yeah,
also
they'll get us a little
have
closer.
a bounty to return, Ezra.
Yes.
Agreed. We could just head
You're not-
back now.
You're not talking about me, are you?
No,
Are you wanted?
I mean,
End of sentence.
yeah, I gotcha. We've killed rats together at this point, you know? Yes, probably.
are we a team now?
I will not cause any of you harm if I can help it.
Can you help it?
I give him a warm smile and say, I think I can. Did I hurt anyone in there?
You didn't hurt me.
You look over and you do see there is this kind of pattern on Hyde's face that looks like it's been the flesh has kind of been charred over. Yet again, underneath the skin that has kind of been like flecked away is this like strange, almost like reptilian-like.
I come over to Virgil. I point to his chest. As long as you keep your heart and your mind sharp, you will be able to control it.
You see tears kind of well up in his eyes as he looks at you, and he bows and says, I thank you, Hyde. I hope I do not disappoint you.
Just don't disappoint yourself. Don't think of it as a curse, but as a weapon to protect your family.
Virgil's smile kind of fades a little bit at the thought of a weapon, but he understands the intent. And
I mean, at this point, it is weird. I mean, also there's this kind of weird dark mirror thing that the rest of you would notice. Virgil and Hyde both being kind of the most physically imposing members of the group, standing kind of close to each other and seemingly talking about these things that they try to control. It's kind of weird dichotomy. So, with that, the sun is going down.
We need to find somewhere to make camp for the night.
agreed.
You're actually
Pretty
not that
exhausted.
far from the city.
Okay.
And as you kind of exit the cave, you can actually see, after about like a couple minutes of a jaunt, you can see the city over the tree line.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we can make it there.
That is. Oh, whoa. That's.
Yeah, that is a sight to see. Have I seen it before?
I do have not.
Just as
Okay.
much of a shithole of ice as I saw.
Yeah.
You guys look over. Daru is bleeding out of his nose, and he looks a little pale.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You have a stroke?
I think I actually did, yes. Very brief, I blacked out. Virgil, do you still have that weird clockwork stone, right?
I
Love it. Great. Do you mind if I see it?
Of course, my friend. I'm gonna take out the stone, hand it to him.
Go
Grab it.
Grab it from a distance. And bring it over to my hand.
Okay. So you watch as it just kind of like lifts out of your hand and begins to like slowly move towards Daru.
And I'd like to just hold it and inspect it and keep it on my person as we walk.
Okay. Um,
I fall back a little bit and just take some time with it.
About
Okay.
like 50 minutes after we started walking, I'll walk over to Daru. Just be like, do you want your eyes back?
Please. Actually, please. Yes, please. Take your creepy eyes back.
Okay. I don't think they're creepy, and then I'm just gonna blink and my eyes are just gonna be green.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Right, go back to the stone.
What are you looking at?
Used to be the thing you pulled out of my stomach. Now it's this weird ball.
Do you know where it's from? Do you know what it is?
No idea where it's from. From the boat. Don't know how it got there.
that,
Don't really know how it ended up in my stomach.
at this point, as you've been approaching the sink, you're back on the road. You hear the sound of engines, loud. Ezra and Virgil, vehicles moving through the sink is pretty rare, especially ones moving at this pace. At this point, you see a small fleet of unmarked black, kind of all-terrain like vehicles that are all the same make. They are terracing south towards Fort Wallstrom.
What's the make and model?
This would be essentially like a BMW X6, but it's like
Cool, that
matte
is-
black.
I just wanted to see you name a model. Thank you. Okay, cool. Are
And
we still
after about a
headed
few
toward...
seconds, they're gone.
Oh, okay. Are we still headed to the guild?
I
Yep.
took my hood off.
We'll headed towards the scene.
Yep.
You take your hood off. Okay.
I sort of shulked away as the fast cars came by.
Okay. As you begin to approach the sink, you see it's kind of, there's no real gate. There's just kind of like this open, the buildings kind of just start. Yet towards the outskirts of the town, you see another one of those vehicles with this individual. Some of you would recognize what these are, but this would actually be what's known as a warden. These are paladins of law that kind of take stock of the watchmen around each of the holds. Very rare to see one around the sink. And this one is clearly not from the sink. Standing outside one of these vehicles, talking to one of the watchmen. And as you kind of, you're about maybe 30 or so feet from this individual, and you'd have to kind of walk past them to get into town.
I'm sorry, Alex. Real quick, during that entire walk while holding the stone, was everything normal?
Once again, it's like a faint little headache you get, but it's not like doing damage or anything. It's just
Okay, but that's it. Okay.
It's tolerable, but not.
Okay.
So, do you have it out, by the way?
Yeah, I have it in my clenched fist.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
Head into the city.
I
Okay.
would
I
still
guess
like
we're
to
just gonna
go.
walk past him.
Yeah, I'll nod to him.
Okay.
I think the lodge could probably give us lodgings if we turn in the bounty.
I'd pull my hood up before we get to this warden and position myself on the opposite side of Virgil
Okay.
as we walk past him.
Virgil notices this, or does he? You tell me.
Yeah, you
Alex.
would.
Okay. And does his best to try to hide him from
Okay.
their view. Like notices it and tries to cover him.
Virgil, go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Do we
This is
notice it
cool.
too, or is it just Virgil?
I would say because he's hiding behind Virgil, he would notice it, and then Asher and Ezra would also notice it
16.
with your passive perception. 16. You hear a voice call out, "You there? Stop!"
In the name of the law. Sorry.
As he stops us, I'll walk over to him.
Is he stopping us? Me?
Yeah.
I keep walking.
16 didn't do it?
Nope.
Oh,
You keep walking.
I have high performance too. Shit.
I walk over
He
to him.
says,
I'll
Okay.
keep walking with
he just goes,
Sorry,
"Hey!"
I forgot
And at
her
this
name.
point, I need Ezra and Daru to make an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh,
As
what's
within the vehicle, there is this faint purple light that shows up in two places in the pattern of what looks like eyes, and this dark figure that is sitting in the back seat.
That's good.
15.
I don't have any spell slots left. Shit.
13.
Uh-oh.
You both take 3 points of psychic damage, and you are incapacitated.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Ow.
I thought this spell wasn't allowed.
And at this point, go ahead and make another intelligence saving throw. This
So
is
we
for-
just stop dead in our tracks?
well, that's what we're going to find out. Go ahead and make another
Okay.
intelligence saving throw.
8.
8.
18.
18. Daru, you kind of come to, except you're facing the opposite direction now. You're facing back towards the vehicle, and Ezra is walking back there. And there is this almost like phasing, glimmering, burning set of purple eyes that almost cast light on this very shadowy figure that almost seems to be like, I don't know how to describe it, like frame skipping, if that makes sense. Like their form just is like seemingly shifting. And Ezra is just like walking back towards the rest of the group. At this point, you find yourself kind of breaking free. What are you doing?
I just stop in my place. And the rest of the group is like, how far away?
You're about 10 feet away from them at this point, because you were beginning to walk back before you.
Oh, I really don't. Yeah, I just stop in my place for now. And I just
Okay.
wait, ready to run.
Okay. At this point, the warden, he just kind of like looks over all of you, and he just says, "Whereabouts you coming from?"
Wait, is Daru next to us? I got confused with
Daru
that.
is about 10 feet behind you, just like,
Okay. I'm gonna try to grab all their attention and just we are coming from a hunt for the manticore. And what's the place called?
Fort Wallstrom.
Wallstrom.
Fort Wallstrom.
He goes, "Interesting.
I try to keep his gaze fixated on me.
No, he is. He
Okay.
says, well, my name's Warden Smith, and I usually work out of Mag City, but today I'm here on sovereign business. It seems we had some strange activity down south, in the direction of Fort Wallstrom. Some talk of potential heresy.
What?
Wasn't
kind
us.
of- oh well.
Sorry.
What kind of heresy? I love how you just mean it wasn't us, man. I'm trying to be like
Diplomatic.
And
I'm
with
just
this,
straight to
with
the
this,
diplomatic.
with this, he asks you. He turns to you, Ezra, and he says, "Ma'am, can I ask you where you were about noon today?"
What time is it right now?
It's about 6 p.m.
Mm,
You recall around noon. You actually distinctly recall waking up on the beach.
we were just heading back from Fort Wallstrom around that time.
How far up the road were you?
Mm. Well, I kind of wanted to look at the views, so we did take a bit of a detour.
Toward the beach,
No, the other way.
toward the mountain.
Yeah.
I'd like
We
you
were
to make a
hunting bears.
wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
please.
I love how Pierre's like no.
14.
14?
Yeah.
With that, you hear this, what sounds like almost this whispering sound that's almost coming from the vehicle behind it. And with that, you see this guy, his head kind of wrench a little bit, and he looks a little uncomfortable. And he just looks back at you, just goes, looks back at the vehicle, and then back at you. It says, interesting.
What happened?
You didn't happen to encounter a boat, did you? Now listen, ma'am, no one's in trouble here, but it's very important that you answer me honestly.
I'm honest, sir. We were hunting bears in the mountains.
I'd like you to make a
I opened
contesting
my- I opened
deception
my
check
coat and I want to.
versus
Okay, I
his
was gonna say I
insight.
open my coat
Okay.
and show him like.
What are you
all
doing,
the-
Hyde?
I was gonna open my coat and show him like all the cuts and slashes and shit we have on us.
Funnily
Does it look
enough,
like we were lying?
Hyde,
Yeah.
as you open your coat, there is a broken and bloodied bear trap as well.
Right.
So Ezra, go ahead and roll with advantage for that super
God.
situational loot.
It's pretty hard about the
Well
bear
done.
trap.
Ooh, that's a 17, 18.
18. Okay.
Nice.
With that, he just kind of nods and goes, okay. Still, no sign of a boat. Did you encounter any travelers along the way?
No.
At this point, I've started to walk off.
Okay.
While he's walking off, can I try to change the subject with this guard and ask him?
Make a stealth check, Daru.
I wanted to ask the guard if he's here to help the poor. Changing the subject.
God damn, I swear to God. 12.
12?
Wait a minute. If that failed, 12, 13, 14, 15, I'm going to use my psi enhanced knack.
Okay.
What the hell
Don't
is
know what
that?
that is. Yeah.
I get to add a D4 to anything I'm proficient.
Don't
in.
matter. You add the D4.
With that, you see his head kind of wrench again, and he almost like grabs his ears painfully. He just like looks up, just goes, "You stop!" And he yells that at you. And at this point, he actually draws what looks to be a large hand cane. He's not
Boy.
pointing it yet, but he's got it to his side.
I stop. I don't Fuck. I stopped.
Look,
I turned
With
around.
his hand cannon, he just kind of gestures you to move closer. And he says,
I-
"Now, friend, your group here is all cleared for now. Well, I understand that." And with that, he actually gets a little bit earnest, and he says, "I understand being nervous." And with that, his eyes kind of like look back at what's in the vehicle, and he says, "But it's best for everybody if you just come on over here."
Keep my head sort of down a little so the hood covers a little bit of my face, or at least my hair. And I very slowly walk back over to the group.
With that, he just kind of looks over at you guys and says, "He with you?"
yeah. Sorry. A few of the members of our party are shy.
I'm just
How long have
cold.
you all known each other?
Few years now. We've been hunting together for quite a while.
And with that, he just says, his head kind of wrenches again, and you watch him now at this point ignore you, and he takes the hand cannon and just kind of slams it against the, or just kind of taps the top of the vehicle, and yells out to what looks like another watchman about 30 feet the other way, and just goes, "Eric, they found it. Mount up." And with that, he looks back at the rest of you and just says, "I'm going to want to know where y'all are going to be staying in town, just in case I have any more questions for you.
No problem.
Where can I find
Right.
you?"
Where's a good place to stay?
The Hunter's Lodge.
That's what we were looking for.
We'll, with that, he says, based on the unique interactions between the guild and sovereign laws, oftentimes the lodge may be a little difficult to provide information about your whereabouts unless you give them permission. Be sure to do so. Otherwise, we might encounter some problems.
Understood.
And with
Yes, sir.
that, he just kind of gives you, Daru, one last long look and just kind of gets in the vehicle and peels out, driving south.
Oh, probably found the boat. Let's
Are they looking for you?
Look, it's probably not best to talk about this in public.
Yeah, I'm walking away.
Let's find
speaking in
somewhere
their
to hunker
head.
down for now.
As you begin moving in the town, the atmosphere quickly changes. Strangely, you guys picked kind of a nice day to be in the sink. And we can actually pull up the town map here. So,
Ooh.
as you begin moving through the city, you'd be coming from the southeast entrance, so that'd be kind of where the state house is, the nicer part of it. You got to kind of go almost all the way through to get to the Hunter's Hill. As you travel through the what's known as the Waxen Plaza, which is this area of what looks like outdoor vendors and trade in this slick, perpetually wet, kind of stony cobblestone. There is, it looks like they're setting up for an event. The natives here would know that once a month there's kind of the equivalent of like a farmer's market where all the merchants come out. It's actually tomorrow. And this month it is extra special because it marks the first time that they have the market on the first day of winter. So when that happens, it's called Frozen Fest. So you see them setting up all these decorations. They're setting up a stage as well. And there's lights, and it's looking a little nicer in the sink than it usually is.
Can I relay to my party? If you do not want to stay in the Hunters Guild, I have other lodges.
Accommodations. Yeah.
It's probably best we go wherever you're friendly with, Virgil. They don't seem to have a good reputation with the Hunter's Lodge.
We will
Okay.
drop off
Yeah.
the bounty, and then, or whatever. I mean, now I'm talking as Ricky. You guys want to go to the?
You just skip your own dialogue. You're
Taking too long.
spamming, eh?
You guys want to go to the Hunters Guild, or do you guys want to go to the where
What
I'm
I want to do
lodging?
right now, really quick, I'm going to step away for a really quick pee break. And you guys go and talk amongst yourselves for a bit, figure out what's going on, clean the shit
too
from your
shall
pants.
take the piss.
Yeah,
as
let's
it
take
were.
like a 2-minute break and be back real quick. Sound good?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
All right.
That was fun, guys. I guess it's just you, Pierce. Oh,
Yeah.
no, there you are.
No, that's fun.
Yeah, I was. I was expecting this as soon as we went to the sink.
Yeah.
Good thing. I don't like. Maybe this is like, whatever. I don't like playing an asshole.
Oh, you don't like playing an asshole?
No, like
Yeah.
this character. Like I feel, like I want you guys to know this is a character, and I'm not. I don't know. I feel like a dick because I'm playing.
Wait, you hurt
No, of
my
course
feelings.
not. You could
My
what?
feelings are hurt. My feelings are
Oh,
already
you hurt
hurt.
his feelings. Nah, I'm fine with it. I know it's just your character, so like, if you have to be an asshole, you can be an asshole.
Yeah, I was really mean to Jackie sometimes when I was Garen.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty. Yeah.
We get at each other, man.
I never take
Especially
it
now.
personally. Yeah. I love your guys' characters though.
Yeah, we seem OP as fuck.
Right?
Oh, hi, guys.
Especially Virgil,
Yeah.
dude.
Did you
Virgil.
see
Yeah.
that fucking battlefield?
Yeah.
Dude, we fucking wreck shit.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff on there.
I was kind of worried for a second, but then we just came back.
Y'all
I'm
are some-
pretty sure Virgil and
Oh.
Asher could have done that by themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
not
Do you
to
have
hide a
dark
thing.
vision, Virgil?
I do, yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
half
That would have been it.
When that one lady hid in front of you, James, I thought you were gonna like break her neck or something.
Yeah, just
No, I
like
don't-
in the
Pull her
dark.
into the darkness.
My
Yeah.
strength is 3.
Oh
fuck.
shit.
So I have to use my dexterity.
Like break your wrist trying to turn his
Yeah.
your neck.
Side note, do you guys want to go to the Hunters Guild or someplace else?
We need to
to-
find. I don't know how you guys are doing on funds, but it'd be nice to get a nice hotel.
There's also,
you-
I could
I'm-
stay, or I have a
dirt
place
poor.
that you guys can stay at too.
Okay.
you guys have that bounty to turn in.
You're from
We
the
do.
sink?
I'm
I'm
from the
just
sink.
kind of following.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So where is it that you are all headed?
I'm thinking, unless you guys disagree, we're gonna go turn in the bounty,
Mhm.
real quick, and then
Yeah.
go from there.
How this is my first time in the sink. Does it live up to its reputation of poor, like decrepit people and citizens?
So far, it's not as bad as people made it out to be.
I
As far as you
see
can tell.
Do I see anybody with a modicum of flash?
No. I mean, the people here, like, you can tell that they're not, like, generally speaking, wealthy. There's no one that's got any flashiness, especially not anything that you'd be more used to. It is very modest, and but it's not like an impoverished shithole. As far as you can tell, you've only like kind of walked through the city center, and as you kind of look out into the distances, it looks to be like a lot shittier. As you get towards, there are areas of the city that are completely flooded, and some of those buildings, like you don't know, you assume they're abandoned, but you're like, I wonder if people live in them.
And just a quick world building. Is this is credits in this world as well? So people would
Dollars.
carry
Dollars.
a physical currency though.
Physical currency. Yeah.
Ooh, dollar reduce.
How are we looking on
Whoa.
funds, anyways? I was gonna ask that. I don't remember seeing
I am
how much we
poor.
all start with.
Yeah, I don't have any money.
0.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a child, so I don't have money.
Also, another meta question. I don't have any of my tools, right? No kits.
You would
or
not.
anything?
Yeah. You would be pretty bare bones.
Okay.
So that stuff you would have to purchase from the market.
I'll just follow wherever everyone goes real quick. I'll be back.
So you're all headed towards the Hunter's Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hunter's Hill is a little bit outside the city as you kind of move on. At this point, Ezra, you see kind of towards the east the graveyard. And as you begin to ascend up the hill, sure enough, there's the Huntsman's Lodge, kind of the large wooden structure that you're familiar with. To the north of it is a large stone building that you would know as the Sink Honor League. So as you guys approach the Huntsman's Lodge, you want to go try to summon Waylon the Huntmaster to...
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to get paid.
Well, we're not getting paid.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. So as you, ask around, someone says they'll go grab the Huntmaster for you, and sure enough, you see the red-haired individual with kind of the large coat that begins to kind of saunter down towards you, and he just goes, "Greetings. A little late, aren't we?"
We ran into unexpected trouble, but nothing we couldn't handle.
And who the fuck is this?
Oh, these are,
No, he's talking about you.
all about me.
Yeah, he doesn't know you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys were the ones who took the mission. My bad.
We're done with the bounty.
Yeah, I know. I got the report from Leo hours ago.
Virgil reaches into his pocket and pulls out the money and hands it to
Thank
him.
you. Was that so hard? Now,
We went
who's this?
bear
Who's
hunting.
Bear hunting? No, the job was for a manticore. God damn it! Did you kill a manticore or not?
Oh, and I pulled the head out.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. And with that, he kind of takes it and just says, "Anything special about the beast you'd like to let me know?"
There was two of them.
Jesus
Eve?
Christ, this is a kid. Whose boy is that?
I helped slay
Him
the
kind of like point a
manticore.
pinky towards you.
I helped kill the manticore.
He did help us.
And how old are you, young man?
14.
18, you say?
Oh, 14.
Excellent. 18. Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, 18.
Because if you were any less than that, that would be a shitstorm that me and my guild wouldn't be able to afford. So glad to hear. Glad to hear.
I'm gonna take out one of the spines, the black lava rock spines, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
He says, and what's this?
This wasn't a normal manticore.
Ah, great. Sounds like you've uncovered some lore. This is a good opportunity for us to kind of learn the inner workings of the guild.
No.
So-
And I'm gonna thaumaturgy my eyes black. And I'm gonna take out the skeleton and I'm gonna say, this is not a normal skeletal system. Listen to what I'm saying.
May I? cut in for 1 second. All this shit, you need to tell to Bard.
Then why are you asking us?
You gave me the spine.
You asked if there was anything unusual about this Manticore.
So that you could go report it to Bard.
Oh, you didn't finish your sentence.
I was more like just a quick like yes or no.
I'm gonna drop
Or
the
like-
eyes.
Or like,
Oh, okay.
oh, it was weird. Or like, it was different than in the manual. We should make some edits. And I'd be like, that's a great idea.
You should be more specific.
I apologize, my lady. I'll try to be a little bit more to the point next time. Maybe we will cut off with a 14-year-old in my guild that's out there slaying with this.
Okay, and who am I gonna talk to about this?
Are you raising your hand right now, young man? Put that
yes.
down. What's your
Sorry.
question?
Do I get to be part of the guild? I'm a great archer.
He is 18.
Just. Are there any healers among you?
Yes, I am one.
Do you have any healing capabilities right now?
No, I can mend a string.
What I need right now is
I
for
can
someone to mend my mental right now. Because I swear to
spare
God,
the
you're
dying.
giving me a proper headache.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
You said he
I'm
was
gonna cast Spare the
18.
Dying on him.
Is that a touch spell?
Yeah.
You go over and just touch him?
Yeah.
Just kind of like looks down at your hand and looks back at you. And he says, you know, round town, they say you're a witch. Is that true?
No.
Fuck, good enough for me. Tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. Taking down a manticore, 2 no less, is no small task. And I got it all in the report. I did hear of a small stranger that assisted you. Had I known it was, I would have reacted a little differently, but tell you what, I'm in a given mood. Here's what I'm gonna do. The next job you do, you're gonna pay double the guild dues for it. After that, you're all a team. You're all part of the guild. If that's what you want, you have your license for weapons, armor, tools, anything you need. And fuck it. We'll send the other guys somewhere else. Sound good? Does it sound good?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you.
I bow. Very yes. I also go up to him and say, I know there is no reward, but perhaps can you please give us extra rations of food and water?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh hell yeah! I didn't think I'd get that far. 15.
15. He just looks at you and just says, "Oh gods, you're such a sad bunch. All you can eat. It's on me. Just get out of my sight. Go talk to Bard, talk to someone, do something to make yourselves useful. If you want another hunt, let me know. Other than that, give me a break, please." And with that, he just kind of like, he's like really rubbing his temples right now. And
I feel it, brother. I feel it.
as a note, Asher, what have you done with that other jacket? The huntsman's jacket.
I'm wearing it under the cloak that I'm wearing.
So you got 2 jackets on? Because you also have the other jacket.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're double jacketing it. Okay. As he like turns to leave, he stops.
Uh-oh.
Kind of turns back. and you see him kind of cock his head, and you see him kind of like flick his hand, and your cloak kind of like gets flayed to the side, and he goes over to you and like grabs that jacket. He says, "Now, you just get more and more interesting. Would you mind telling me why you're wearing a dead man's coat?"
Well,
I, s-
it was because
I
there
step
was
in.
a werewolf rat thing was wearing it, and it looked warm, so I wanted to wear it.
So Hyde, you kind of protectively like step in.
Yeah.
At this point, you notice some of the other hunters in the lodge like stand up, and they're just watching you guys. They're not like aggressive or anything, but
Yeah. We ran into
you're
some,
a big guy, so
yeah.
they get the sense there might be some shit going
I
down.
didn't
ran
know
into
it
some
was
trouble.
against the rules.
I put my hand in front of him, in front of Asher. We ran into some trouble with some goblins. They seemed to have a stash of your weapons. I procured these crossbows as well that they were using against us, and I pulled the crossbows out.
He just kind of looks at you and he says, "I don't care much about crossbows. Where was Bren?"
Where was who?
He points at Asher, specifically the jacket he's wearing.
There was some rat thing that had that thing on.
If it was Bren, he wasn't a man. He was a were-rat thing.
He wasn't there, is what he said.
Did you see any of Bren's party?
I want to message everybody in their head, like, should we tell them?
Might as well.
I don't see a reason why not.
We were told by the half-orc Griff that his party was handling it, and we were kind of stepping in on his mission.
We were also told specifically not to tell you because we did their job for them. Just letting that be known.
Yeah.
You notice at this point, he almost completely didn't hear anything else after you said the word Griff.
Okay.
And you actually, there's this hushed silence that has now fallen over all of the lodge.
I look around.
And at this point, you see Bard the dwarf with his kick-ass sunglasses walk up. He explains, you might get the sense that we're a little put off by that. You see, Griff went on a hunt about a month ago. And when he came back, he was different. Acting strange, got a couple citations, and then, next thing you know, he killed his family. Wife and daughter. And how do I put this? Cannibalized them. Now, if you're telling me you ran into Griff, y'all are
Yeah,
lucky
that's
to
what
be
he said
alive.
his name was.
He didn't try to fight us or anything. Just talk to us.
At this point, Bard just kind of looks down. At this point, Waylon is also a little distressed. He just says, "Tell you what, you want to prove your worth? I've got a job directly from me. Something that's going to be off the books. No guild fee. No audition hunt." Looking at Asher and Daru, he just says, "Bring me back Griff's head and find out whatever happened to his hunting party."
I take off the jacket and Hand it to him.
He grabs it, slowly, like in a jerking motion, rips off the lapel that had Griff's name on it, and you watch as he just kind of chucks it into the open fire, into this like large kind of bonfire that makes up the center of the room.
This one had Brennan's name on it.
What's that?
This was Brennan.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I said Griff,
You
but
say Griff, yeah.
yeah, sorry. No, Griff is still alive. He takes the lapel off, throws it in the flame, and tosses it back at you, Asher, and just says, "It's worthless. Keep it." And with that, he just says, "Get these boys and girls food. Get them let's call it a $500 stipend for weapons." And looks back at all of you and says, "Fair?"
Fair.
Well, that's fair.
And he, no longer rubbing his head, just slowly walks away. And at this point, the hushed silence kind of breaks, and the rest of the lodge kind of kicks back into activity. With that, you're sitting there with the dwarf bard, who's just kind of like sighs for a second, looks up at you, and just says, "Well, might as well take a look at my wares."
Cool.
Cool.
Is this the guy we get food from as well?
We're gonna find out next session.
Okay. Well, shoot. This was a good session.
Good session, guys.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, I love how fucking...
Uh-oh,
I'll
we
never know
lost
the
him.
end of that sentence until 5 minutes later, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
All the characters
yeah.
are very interesting. Very, very
yeah.
interesting.
Did I freeze?
You did
Yeah.
freeze, buddy. There you are.
I was like, man, you guys all froze. You guys should get better computers. Keep freezing on me and shit.
So, couple things I didn't get to mention because it didn't really come up. I didn't want to promote metagaming, but as you may know or not,